My name is Kathy Dajan, and I'm the nursing supervisor at the Village of Hoffman Estates. Today, I'm going to talk with you about glove use and hand hygiene. You may have noticed that many people are wearing gloves out in the community. The gloves create a barrier between your skin and things that you touch. And for some of us, it gives us a sense of security when going to the grocery store can seem quite daunting. But do gloves actually protect people from getting COVID-19? The general scientific answer is maybe. Let me explain. Personal protective equipment, like single-use gloves, are meant to be used once and then discarded. And they only work when used correctly. Now, latex, nitrile, vinyl gloves, they are medical style. These are examples of single-use gloves. They should be disposed of after each use. Washing disposable gloves can compromise their integrity and increase exposure to bacteria and viruses. Now, there are several types of gloves on the market. For instance, these are reusable gloves. If you're using reusable gloves, always refer to the manufacturer's recommendation for sanitizing them. You can also refer to the World Health Organization and CDC websites for guidance. If you're using wool, cloth, or cotton gloves, you need to wash those after each use by putting them in the washing machine and dryer. Now I'm going to show you how to properly use gloves. First, you'll wash and dry your hands. You can also use hand sanitizer and just make sure to let that dry. So these are single-use gloves. You're going to begin by inspecting the gloves before putting them on. You want to look for any holes, tears, or discoloration. Next, you'll slide them onto your hand and make sure that you pull them up to your wrist. Now, when it's time to remove the gloves, this is when you need to be careful because your hands can become contaminated. Remember, the outside of these gloves are contaminated. So to remove the gloves, you're going to pinch the glove up by your wrist on the outside, being careful not to touch your bare skin. You're going to pull the glove until it's inside out. Once it's off your hand, you'll put the first glove into your gloved hand. Now you'll take your bare fingers and put them by your wrist. And you will remove the other glove by turning that inside out. Just be careful you don't rip it. Now, you don't want to touch the inside of this glove because that's contaminated. So you will pull the rest of the glove off. Then you need to dispose of these in the trash. If you don't have a trash can nearby, I recommend carrying just a Ziploc baggie so that you can put these in something to keep everything else from getting contaminated until you can find a garbage can. Now, as soon as you remove your gloves, you need to make sure that you immediately wash your hands. Even though your hands are inside the gloves, they are considered dirty until you've washed them. If you don't have access to a sink, you can use hand sanitizer until you can wash with soap and water. If you aren't careful, like really careful, the gloves you use could actually spread the virus and other germs. For example, if you happen to accidentally touch your face, your phone, your credit card, your wallet, your steering wheel, you get the idea. Because mistakes are made so easily, the CDC does not recommend wearing gloves in public as a preventative measure. So if gloves can't keep us safe, what can? According to the World Health Organization, hand washing actually offers more protection against COVID-19 than wearing rubber gloves. which actually makes sense. Since the virus that causes COVID-19 is not contracted by direct contact with your skin, the virus must enter your body through mucous membranes such as your eyes, nose, or mouth. And the average person touches their face up to 20 times an hour. As you may remember, soap and warm water actually breaks up and inactivates COVID-19 virus. It's important that you use soap and water, rub your hands together for 20 seconds, and be sure that you clean all areas, including the palms of your hands, the backs of your hands, and underneath your nails, and the skin under your rings, which can harbor bacteria. Then rinse and dry your hands. Now here's some additional guidance for washing your hands. Always wash your hands before and after glove and mask use, when caring for someone sick, and after disinfecting surfaces. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the CDC recommends that you wash your hands after you've been in a public place and touched an item or surface that may be frequently touched by other people, such as door handles, tables, gas pumps, shopping carts, electronic cash registers, screens, etc. And you should also clean your hands before touching your eyes, nose, or mouth, because that's how germs enter our body. And always remember that hand hygiene is the most effective measure to prevent pathogen transmission and infection. If you have any questions about glove use or hand hygiene, please feel free to call Health and Human Services at 847-781-4850. Thank you.